Be secure on the internet, not high with a hard dick. There you go. Perfect.
All those things are good.
Wrapped them all up together. So there we go. Well, we lost half the show, didn't we?
Not really.
Oh, piece of shit.
Easy. Would you rather get fisted by 10 midgets consecutively or by 2 normal guys consecutively?
Oh, 2 normal guys. Those, like, just because they're 10 midgets, they got those thick midget fingers. Not going to be comfortable. They're not very dexterous, but they make up for it in force.
I'm guessing he didn't mean consecutively. Like, do you think that it was 10 midgets consecutively or 2 normal guys concurrently?
People commented on the last PKA.
If they're blind, they're all in the dark.
Exactly.
People said they didn't learn enough about the NHL and hockey on the last PKN.
No one said that.
So we said,
one said that.
I saw 2s of comments saying that. One was me, but to be fair.
Your fake account, we know it. Fucking Cliff Hutchinson, hockey pro over there. I saw your other account. No, I'm not going to believe that.
I find the Declaration of Independence the Pledge of Allegiance depressing.
There's a lot of that like gives up like really uncomfortable culty vibes. I'm just like, if anybody, like, if we weren't like one of the prime powers, like, everybody would look at us like we're just like, you know, like Hitler-esque kind of crazy, like, repetitive. It's weird. I hate it.
They all get up and synchronized pledge allegiance to the flag with their hands over their hearts. This is serious Hitler shit. We did it in school every day, like, forever. I bet everyone here knows it.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And that's exactly so creepy.
Yeah.
May God strike me down if I do not enforce his will upon the lesser men of the land, the black and the Jew. You guys didn't do this part? No.
That's just Georgia. Yeah.
Only
That's just you, man.
Oh, Kyle, tell us about your childhood and how you got so into guns and how it made you the person you are today. Merker, tell me about your life and how you were raised. Love the show. Keep up the good work.
I wasn't always like that into guns. Like, I wasn't obsessed with them or anything. You know, we just had some guns and I hunted, and that was the way that I always connected with my dad. You know, we both like to shoot, we both like to hunt, and that's kind of how I got into guns. He doesn't like them as much as I do, not nearly as much, I don't think, and he definitely doesn't like the tactical stuff as much. Like, I think I gave him one of his first AR-15s. Like, I've definitely armed him up a lot more than he'd ever been armed in his life over the last few years, because I'll get like 2 or 3 AR-15s from a company or something, and I'll hook him up with a couple. He's got AR-15s with the stickers still on them, like, that haven't been shot and shit.
Would you say you're closer to your dad than any of his other kids? Guy's got a lot of kids.
Of course, yeah, oh, totally. Well, he's got 4. Like, 100%, yeah.
You win the Dad Loves Me contest.
Oh, by like a factor of 10. Yeah, totally. Yeah, they're not even close. They don't even compete.
The one sister that's a winner seems like, you know, she's cool. No.
Me and Dad are like best friends. Like there's this 2 years when I was homeschooled, and it was like me and him all day working together. Like, you know, we hunted together. We're a lot alike. We agree on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a real we often agree on things. Like he's not like a lot of the guys that are his age group and from his time and place. He's not bigoted and hateful toward like any group, really. Like, I can sit there and, you know, I can talk to him like I do you guys, and he agrees with me most of the time. And he's a smart guy. We get along super well, and a lot better than my sister. Like he's, you know, he wrote Kelly out of the will, so like there's that, and, you know, then my other brother, I don't even know, like, if he's still alive. I haven't seen him since I was like 8. The half brother, and then my half sister. You know, I don't really see her. She comes and visits a couple times a year. They're friendly, but you know, it's not like a close bond. She was
the half brother and half sister. I guess they grew up with the moms.
Yeah, they did. One of my half sisters would stay with us from time to time, like my mother and my father. She'd come and stay with us for maybe, you know, a month, 6 weeks at a time, and that happened maybe 3 or 4 times throughout my childhood. Like she'd come and stay with us for a month or so until she got in trouble again and had to go somewhere. She was always in trouble. That was the thing. Like I was not always in trouble.
Like drug trouble or like what kind of trouble?
I'm trying to remember. At one time they stole there was like a condom machine in a bathroom somewhere, and they ripped it off the wall and stole it so they get all the quarters out.
Nice haul.
Yeah, well, stupid shit like that. That we find like a huge supply of condoms and change. It's like, what the fuck's going on over here?
I know a guy.
Are you fucking Pac-Man?
I was camping. I was off-roading, and this guy, he thought it would be the coolest thing. He comes back, and he had stolen a vending machine, like a soda machine, and he brings it back to camp. He's like, look at this! I got quarters and soda! But like me and most of the guys were like, dude, you just stole a vending machine. Like, get it out of here. I don't want anything to do with it or
Wait,
you.
The whole thing?
Yes, he brought it back to camp. He took the soda machine and brought it to in the woods with us.
What a champ! I want to go to camp with that guy.
Me too.
I didn't like it. I wasn't looking for any trouble. We
had a situation at work where the Pepsi guy would come, and my desk was near the vending machines, and it was a very the desks at work had real estate values, right? Like the closer you are to the door, the better. I was second closest to the door and next to the vending machines, which was a trade-off I was happy with. I had a popcorn machine as close as I am to my monitor right now. Like it was right there.
Mm-hmm.
A1 place. So I could see the vending machine guy, and I noticed he didn't lock that motherfucker up before he left. And I was just like, I'm zeroed in on it, and I'm like, forget. You don't need to lock it up. Just go about your day. I'm talking to him over there. I'm just kind of casual conversation. I'm hoping he forgets, and he does. As soon as he's out of there, I'm unscrew this thing, and I open the gates, and it's free soda, and I didn't take the money, although I could have, but I'm just like, I go, free soda! and I'm like, I get myself like maybe 8 of them, take them back to my desk, throw them in the drawer. A couple of my buddies come, they're getting sodas too, and then one little whiny bitch goes to the manager. He's like, CJ, they robbing the damn Pepsi machine. And the manager walks over. He's the general manager of the whole dealership, 28-year-old black guy, really slick, cool guy, making tons of money at 28, managing this huge dealership. He's like, fuck the Pepsi guy. He gets himself 2 Mountain Dews and goes to his office.
I wonder what it would be like to work in a place where everyone was so blatantly unethical, right?
It's so good.
Like Wolf of Wall Street.
This is a difficult one for me because talk about my life. Like, I'm so young, I really don't have perspective on a lot of things. Seems like Kyle's got a real fucking, married with children style house that he grew up in with a lot of funny shenanigans happening. Mine wasn't really like that. I had 2 really great, loving parents. They're divorced now, but through my whole childhood, they were together.
They got divorced when he was in college.
Yeah, they got divorced when I was, I guess I'd been in college for 8 months maybe, but either way, once you're at college, it's almost like anything that happens back home. Like, you can still go back and visit your parents. Like, it doesn't matter as much that they're not together. It impacted my younger brothers more than it impacted me.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really the only, not even traumatic, but family crisis that happened throughout my childhood. Nothing really awful. Parents raised me well. They started me out raising me religiously. Eventually, when I told them, hey, this is kind of nonsense, I'm not into this, they weren't even like, oh my God, you're going to hell. They were even like, yeah, it is kind of nonsense. You don't have to go. Like that. Really?
Your father was an attorney, right?
No. My dad, I don't even know what you would call what he does. It works in the medical field, but not an attorney or a doctor. So it's like administrative stuff for hospitals.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom, I don't know what she's doing right now. Brother's still in college, other brothers in high school. Really, there's just not that much to say. I know it's boring and shitty, and I wish I should just have made something up, like I was molested, so you don't feel bad for me.
You're from Missouri?
Those pity points. Yes, St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Born and raised in STL. Great town if you like violence and dirty nastiness.
Losing
sports
hockey
too,
teams.
baseball.
Yeah.
Losing hockey teams, yeah.
What do you got, Kyle?
Some photos from Jeremy's wedding.
Oh,
That's a wedding.
It was casual.
that looks casual.
Anthony, have you been
That's
married?
very casual.
Sandals. Those are flip flops.
I approve of those.
He's turning to see the bride walking down the aisle wearing flip flops and a graphic tee.
That's a wedding.
I was wearing a fucking suit and tie. The groom goes, "You way overdressed." Like, I thought you were getting fucking married.
Now, did you dress in a suit and tie knowing that it would put you in a different league than everyone else? Like, was there any "I'm not with these people" thought process to it?
Sure how this is going to look, but the wedding is about to kick off. I'd say about half the guests have arrived so far, and I don't know if you can tell. Let me see.
I don't know what I'm about to say.
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute, I don't remember this.
No telling what I said like 4 months ago to my own phone. As you can see, there's a lot of blacks here, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
a lot more minorities than I
Those fellas
thought.
over there, they're with me, and we're gonna go handle that in just a minute. There might be a hate crime on there. I don't know, but yeah, no, I didn't wear it knowing that I'd be. I thought that like, you know, the main participants of the wedding would be wearing like a shirt and tie at least.
Usually, yeah.
I didn't think denim would be the fabric of the day, and it turned out
Where was it? What state?
Georgia.
All right. And it makes sense.
Usually, like, I wouldn't. When you asked Kyle if he was doing that to put himself in like a league above, my instinct was to be like, well, of course he did. Like, Kyle's a calculated, smart guy. And then I thought about it more of like, this is a wedding though. Like, someone has to have a suit.
It was a real shit show.
Wow.
I saw the groom bare-assed at one point because I was trying to take a piss, and they were all naked in the bathroom changing into their wedding attire. It was a real shit show.
There's
And
nothing
how long
worse
ago was
than a
this?
bad wedding.
Oh, 4 months ago, 5 months ago.
Oh, okay.
How many more months till the divorce?
Well, they're pregnant again. They're gonna have child number 2. They just found that out.
So soon too. Wow,
yeah,
great
yeah.
news.
Yeah, here after the first. Yeah.
We have with us Mercadurka, Dr. Chiz, FPS Megaduck, and me. Now, this is our drinking episode. So drinking game rules?
That's what I was gonna go to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Chiz started a cigarette, by the way.
Oh.
And
right.
2 drinks, because new rule. Anytime I catch Chiz wearing an awful hat, we all have to drink.
What's the most sensitive part of a man while he's masturbating? His hearing.
I was gonna say ears.
Oh, yeah, see?
Well,
I was going to say ears.
Yeah, I never had.
It just seemed weird.
Like if I was masturbating and I heard someone coming and I thought, you know, I was ready to put everything away and, you know, just be under the covers playing a video game or something, you know. I don't know. I don't understand how people get caught.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm pouring out some hard liquor for shots.
Oh, that just seems excessive.
No,
I don't have any hard liquor.
it's fine.
Yeah, I mean,
It's fine.
well, you just
It's fine.
I just have.
But if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it right. Okay,
Chiz is going
not
all the
that
way.
bad.
Let's.
I
go through-
really
let's go
hope
through with
Chiz
more-
gets so drunk that he like goes after Taylor and like starts talking a lot of shit. You should have that fucking job. I'd be there with bells on.
Still does it, but that's
all you
where
need
it really
is a service
matters.
dog. Now, if you really want to load up fast, here's the trick for anybody who's listening. So, there's basically all it takes to have a
I know what
service
you're about
dog.
to say, and this is douchey.
If you want a service dog, all you have to do is put a sticker on your dog that says service dog. They sell them. You put your dog in that full body harness, you Velcro service dog to the side of it. There is no certification dog for service dogs. There's no school where they're like, yes, you've made it. None of that. Like, there's no database for them to check. On top of this, they cannot ask you what your disability is or why you were required to have this service dog. So, you could take your dog on the plane and he can sit wherever the fuck he wants. You just stick that sticker on him and you go to the front of the line. It's a real win-win.
What if your dog eats
I
people?
had to deal with someone like that on a flight I was on recently. because they had, and it wasn't a what was it, service animal. It didn't even have the fucking sticker on it. It just had a normal leash, and I was sitting in like that shitty little lobby area, as they're calling all of the fucks to this guy, and he's like, oh, it's his name's Chad. He's a emotional support dog. An emotional support dog. So this guy was basically saying, I am get so terrified on planes that I need an animal with me so I don't lose my shit. Either that, or I just brought this because I can and nobody's gonna call me on it. Like, doesn't that bother you? Like, people, like, you're just taking advantage of it. Someone has to sit there and deal with your dog. What if your dog smells like shit? What if it sheds a lot? What if someone's allergic to it? They all have to deal with it because you're too emotionally weak to get on a fucking plane.
I sat next to one of those dogs one time, and the one that I was sitting next to was clearly like a legit one, because the guy was like, I don't know, whatever the dog's name was, like, Rex, down. And Rex fucking went and got under this guy's seat, and it was like Rex wasn't there for the rest of that 4-hour flight. Rex didn't fucking move, he didn't fart, he didn't do that yawny dogs do sometimes. He
well, that's not what Chad, the whimpering emotional support dog, was like. Chad sounded like he needed fucking emotional support in that whole flight. It was an ordeal. It was an annoying ordeal.
Wow.
This stupid. I don't care if they need Rex to grab his pills so he doesn't expire during the flight. Just keep the fucking dogs out. I love dogs, but I'm on a plane.
So fuck Dick's Sporting Goods forever. Fuck them to 1,000 burning midget fisting hells. Never again. Fuck Dick's Sporting Goods.
When you said that she wasn't writing stuff down, that made me think of another thing that I think everybody hates. When your fucking waitress or waiter comes up to a table of 5 and they start standing there with their hands behind their back like, are you ready to be impressed? Are you ready to be able to be impressed? It's like, no, fucking Rain Man. I want you to pull that pad out and I want you to fucking write no mayonnaise on my goddamn burger. Otherwise you're going to fuck it up.
Excuse me, Nadine, but if you really had like some Rain Man skills, I promise you wouldn't be asking what kind of eggs I wanted for at Denny's.
Yeah, you're not solving calculus problems on the special day board every morning.
No, no, like maybe you are good at Sudoku over there, like in your break, but like you're still getting my eggs. So just write it down. I hate that too. I don't mind it if they get it right, but when they fuck it up, it drives me crazy.
I'm a little lighter. When they get it right, I'm genuinely impressed.
She had a tape recorder in her pocket. I bet she got a big tip.
Oh man, that's brilliant.
That's sneaky. Yeah, it could be. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But,
that's what I do. If I ever had to be a waiter, I would totally pull that number. I would do that. You could even make a bet with them. You could like have the tape recorder in your pocket and be like, all right, I bet I get everybody. I'll make a bet with you guys. You know, either 30% tip or the meal's free if I get anything wrong. Well, that'd be great.
You know, it would be more annoying than someone not writing my order down, trying to wager a bet while I'm ordering.
No, I'd like that. I like a waiter who can bring a little entertainment to the mix.
I don't like it because it gets me. I want to have a good night out, and it gets me like nerve-wracked. I just sit there the whole time now thinking something's gonna be fucked up. She's gonna fuck something up. Just write the shit down. I don't find it impressive, and then I really don't like it when they leave, come back, and go, you were the steak, right? Okay, and then they walk away. It's like, if you wrote it down, you wouldn't have to ask me again. I've seen them try to pull that fucking Jedi shit, walk away, and then come back.
I need to say the same thing. Like with the Duraflame, I've done that before, where I couldn't get a Duraflame started, and it was just so emasculating. So emasculating. I'm like, God, I'm a bitch. I'm a little bitch. If I
My
ancestor.
ancestor. Because you know, your ancestor, your great-great-grandfather, and just to add a few greats, he could break out a fucking special rock he carried around in his pocket and make fire. And like it was like he did it like it was his fucking job, because it was.
After beating your great-grandmother over the head with it.
And fucking the shit out of her. Yeah. It's that rapist gene that made your people strong, Mirka.
Wait, who are
I can still see it in your eye. There's a little rapist twinkle right there. No,
it's in my eyebrow.
It's in your eyebrow, yeah. All crazy here.
Mirka, what are you? Are you Italian?
Yeah.
All right. I was about to say your last name. For all I know, that's private.
Yes.
I'm the only Beats by Dre. I feel like I'm standing alone on this one in saying that they seem to make their target audience happy, right? They take hip hop and pop.
Yeah, burglars.
They
A lot of free headsets out there.
They take hip hop and pop and make it bass heavy, and that's what people want, and they deliver it. And they also, I guess, wear well. Yeah. You know, most headsets, these headsets, what if I wore them around my neck? Like,
they double as ear protection when you're firing from a moving vehicle.
Or another thing you didn't even know is that you can just leave them around your neck and play them all the way up, so everyone can share your music experience.
Everyone could love it in the train, in the elevators, of course.
And they're not expensive at all. All you have to do is walk behind an unsuspecting civilian, punch him in the temple, and as they fall, take their headset and on your way. You know?
It's yours.
That's my favorite. When they tore the lady's house down and she's outside crying. Oh, that's such a good show.
We watched that one last night. The one where this lady was just, you would agree if you saw this lady. She was a monster. She was horrible to everybody trying to help her and would not help to get anything done, just being mean the whole time. And it, like, towards the end of it, she's like, well, I think it got a little cleaner. It's just a bit of a work in progress. And then the Chiron on the top of the stream goes, Robin was not able to clean the house. The house has been demolished and she's been charged $10,000 by the state. And I was like,
good.
Nice. She was ruining the property value everywhere. That was a different woman. Like, usually, I think what you're talking about, Filthy, of them coming in too hot is usually the family. There's at least one person in the family who's sick and fucking tired of it. But on the other side of that coin, the psychologists are not helpful at all because they go into it way too mamby-pamby, where it almost seems like they're sabotaging it for the sake of the show, where there will be people carrying boxes of literal poop and trash and dead cats out of the house. And the psychologist, as all these guys are busting their ass sweating in a really dangerous environment, will be like, well, hold on, put that box down. Now, Robin, are you okay with us getting rid of these spoons? No, those are good spoons. Okay, how about this cat head? That's one of my favorite cats. And then one of all these ones are popping in my head. It's such a fucking funny show. There was the daughter of a hoarder was like, I left the house at 23, and you know what really scared me about the house was the squirrel incident when I was young. I went in and wanted to make some buttered toast, opened up the butter tray, and there was a calcified squirrel staring right back at me, and really got to me that day. No kid wants to see a dead squirrel in the butter tray. And she's like talking how bad that was.
Matter of factly talking about calcified squirrels in the butter tray.
Yeah. But then every once in a while, you get like a high T alpha family member. This one bitch had like 2 sons, and they were not playing the psychologist game of like checking with everything. He just went up to one of the side areas and just ripped out the screen door and was like, we can get it all out this way. Everything out. Everything out. Mom, it's trash. It's fucking trash, Ma. He's just carrying it out, throwing it away. My collectible plates. She literally said that. Just cat shit covered plates. My collectible plates.
Yeah, but that's the point of that, right? Like, it's like, there's no way this isn't a choice. You're not going to be rational with someone about this because it's not a rational thing they're doing.
Yeah.
Right. Like that line of, and maybe this is, you know, who knows what they edit out of this, and we're editing this for TV to make it more interesting, but like, who knows what the actual process is in terms of length of time there and what they're actually doing with these people. But it just feels like this is like the tip of a fucking iceberg. Yeah. Cleaning the house will help, but this is a huge underlying issue.
Absolutely.
And it's just like the stuff that's happening there.
Have any of us ever had like a relative or a friend who was at least borderline with the hoarding?
Yes.
I've never actually walked into a hoarder's house, I don't think. Or no, I have once, but it was like a really organized, like knick-knack kind of hoarder house where they were like, it was stressful to walk around it, but nothing like this show. There weren't.
What'd you have, Woody?
I felt like Jackie's parents kept too many things. Like
I was about to bail you out. I was like, maybe you don't want to talk.
Yeah, maybe should have gone that way. But they
unnamed woman's family.
Paperback books stacked to the ceiling. You know, just like old things. Like it wasn't dirty. Like it certainly wasn't like
it was clean refuse.
It can be disorganized, and there was nothing that was like yucky, right? Like you wouldn't want to not eat in the same room as a bunch of paperback books. But it was also like, well, these things are just not good, right? Like, why are we keeping
one on the bottom? Come on.
You know, they didn't have a really big house. When I first met her, anyway. And he's like, you could use this space for things other than storing worthless things.
Yeah. There was, Kyle, you were talking about wanting them to have to eat the broth. There was one of these crazy ladies last night that, and you know, there's the one guy who's like, my name's Colin Stevenson and I'm an extreme cleaner. You know, like he's kick flipping into the house. And he goes in and he's like Mr. Pro. Nothing shakes this guy. And he grabs the dirtiest mason jar I've ever seen. It looked like they shit smeared on the middle out of this fridge. And there's like a little black nugget of something abnormally shaped about this large, just a black nugget. And she's like, that's still good. That's a candy. And he's like, it's not a candy. It's not a candy, ma'am. This is in no world of candy. And he's like, it's a candy. She reaches her old hand in, pulls out this gnarled little thing and pops it in her mouth. And she goes, it's a candy. And this extreme cleaner's like, ugh. And he's like talking to the camera, being like, "That may be the grossest thing I've ever seen." You know, last week I cleaned up 10 years of human feces in a bag on a staircase, and this is the worst thing I've ever seen. And it was like, from that moment on, you could see him like keeping a distance from her, like she's an absolute fucking kook.
I've talked about it before.
And it was not a candy. It was. I will tell you this for sure. That was not candy.
I know. So in Ocean City, 2 houses down, it was a hoarder's house, and the house was so filled with shit.
Oh, how about this well-written question? What has been the most scariest moment of your life? Most scariest.
I appreciate all the punctuation in that.
Punctuation is just difficult to find throughout the entirety of this sheet.
Not this one, though. It has quotes, question marks, and periods. What is the most scariest moment in your life? All right, we're ripping apart the people who support us most. I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, shit.
You guys notice I appreciate all your questions, and I realized that probably what happened was Chiz transcribed this shit, and he's dyslexic or something. He fucked it up, and
that actually
blaming our wonderful Patreon members. When everyone knows it's always Chiz's fault.
Also, Chiz, who justifies center on a document, on any document?
There's no one I feel like is more down with me than the people who are on Patreon. I really feel that way. They're signing up, they're putting their money on the line, they're supporting the show. I
get it, Kyle. Take their dicks out of your mouth.
I'm not going to, because for Patreon, your cum tastes like cotton candy. Raspberry cotton candy, and I love raspberries. So you bring it on, you Patreon gods, you payers of the cash, you prize-taking wonderful people, you.